Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how I beat the final boss, a quick look at the build that I use. And we're talking here about the Elden Beast, most part, alright? I'll also show you a quick view of the first part, but it mostly be about Elden Beast. So basically what I use, Blasphemous Blade served me very well in many fights. By the way, the shield actually haven't used. I mean, you don't actually need it. I realized that if you learn to dodge well, you don't actually need the shield. The shield actually just causes you, I don't know. It's actually, I found that I don't actually need it in many situations, just can ditch it. I searched for armor that has good holy negation because the second phase is holy damage. I use this one, vastly boosts holy damage, although I think we can actually use this one. This is kind of a non-physical damage negation in general, so I think this can use as well, but I use this one. But I think the other one is just better overall because it can negate different type of damage that is not physical. Lower FP consumed by skills, and this one to carry heavier, so it can be more durable. This one I actually haven't used. Kind of funny. I haven't used it at all during the fight. And this one I can carry more. So the thing is that I use mainly the ability of this one, which is when you use the L2, is kind of a slightly range attack. So you don't need to be super close. The reason for that, why it's good, is first of all, it deals lots of damage. And second, it gives you a nice option to actually see the Elder Beast moves because you're a bit far. If you are too close, for example, to his belly, which is actually, there's an area there we can actually deal most damage, you won't be able to see sometimes the move. And somebody can hit you even before you realize what hits you. So I decided, I'm going to use the second one, the ability, which is called Taker's Flames, so I can actually have nice view of the boss and I can see his moves, and then I know, when and actually I need to dodge and what to do next. All right. Yeah, so this is basically it. I'm going to show you now, of course, the fight, so you can see exactly. I'm going to explain, of course, what I did. So the first stage, by the way, is probably the easiest one. If you put Mimic, I'm using the Blasphemous Blade, which allows me to hit from a bit far. I try my best, of course, not to get the aggro, and all that I need is just to use the Blasphemous Blade ability in order to do crazy damage from far. Alright, that aside, we're going to talk about the second stage because I heard that some people have problems with this, especially with melee. So basically what I do, I use my special attack, and for this I need mana. So if you use the Blasphemous Blade, you use, of course, a few flasks because you're going to hit it and consume mana, as you can see from the top. Now the reason I do it a bit from far, so I can actually see what type of things he's doing. You can actually have some sound cues, which you know which attack is actually happening, but it's of course better for you to just look at what he does. You see, for example, raising the sword, so you know actually what his next attack will be. So when I do it just a bit far, I have a better field of view, so I can actually see him. But if I was really, really close to him, like close to his belly, which is actually where you deal most damage, I wouldn't be able to see it. So I told myself it doesn't matter. What matters is that I hit him and I can actually see his move. It's more important to survive for me in the fight than actually trying to deal the maximum amount of damage. Because I know if I survive his attacks, it doesn't matter. I just need to repeat the same thing over and over until I finish him. That's about it. Alright, so this one attack, you just need to move. And it will miss you most of the time. Now actually the Mimic actually grabbed the aggro, so I recommend Mimic if you want to, the first part at least until the Mimic dies. If it does, for me it is. Just get the aggro. This allows you for more opportunity. And try to attack from the back, because many of the things you can actually avoid while actually attacking the boss from the back rather than the front or from the side. This attack is just dodging at the right time. And sometimes depends on this, you can do it again. See, he's just getting it instead of me. Again, I'm trying to close on him with my move to be able always to position myself behind him as much as I can. Because this is a great opportunity to attack him without actually him being able to hit me. This, by the way, is also I learned how to do it. But again, the Mimi gets it, not me. But I know actually, even because I practice it a lot, I kind of know how to do it, even actually without actually hitting me. I'm doing it because of, I don't know, habit. And sometimes it actually does the last thing on you rather than on the Mimic. Just saying. And again, this attack, run, avoid it. It's very, very predictable. But one of the most devastating attacks is actually when you are very, very close to him. Especially you at the front. So I recommend, again, not being at the front so you don't need to deal with all these crazy attacks. Only some of them. And that's actually was my tactics. Position myself differently so I don't need to deal with some crazy of his moves. Of course he's going to execute it because of the mimic. But he won't be able to do it on me. You're activating, by the way, using the arc to get extra. Usually I do it. By the way, you see here the move. I know it's going to hit hard, but probably not going to hit me. Alright? Because the mimic actually gets it. By the way, what I do then, I just roll. I'm rolling, and when I see it come after me, I roll to the other side. So basically, I just roll until they are gone. I try to run. If they are close, just roll to the other direction. Kind of confuse those lights following me. And then I'll be able to eventually dodge them. That is, you can actually get hit, but again, not that much, so you can actually, risking yourself. This is, by the way, a very massive move, so I already know how to dodge it, and always try to dodge towards his back, because if you try to dodge towards his front, you're probably gonna get hit. So always focusing on being, try to be at the back side, not the front. This is like a rule for me, as much as I can. Not always it happens, but this is the way for me to actually dodge. And the other thing, when you use the mimic, if your position yourself where the mimic is, which is not going to be at the back, you're going to get also damage when you try to attack the mimic. So always try to be where the mimic is not, is usually at the back or the sides. As you can see, I'm trying to be more aggressive. Try to be more aggressive in close distance, because you still need to hit him, of course, and you're going to need to deal with his special attacks when you get close. As you can see, you need range, but I'm still too far there. Here I'm just rolling the second one, I'm rolling towards him, towards his belly. And again, trying to close distance as fast as I can. Because this is a great opportunity. Always take advantage of opportunity to attack. Here it doesn't really matter at the end. I knew I'm going to finish him. I knew it's going to hit me. I could have just moved left, by the way. But I knew I'm going to hit one hit. And I finished it. It doesn't matter. When you actually finish him, even if you get the last hit, it doesn't matter. It's over. But of course, you can get a situation you're not even close to that. For example, you can just move aside and hit him from the back. But at this point, it was very close and I did it. Now, regarding whether to do it in co-op or to do it alone, I wanted to do it alone because I really felt I'm going to feel a great satisfaction rather if I do it with others than I do it alone. But still, just to know, the game scales the difficulty, so it takes you harder to eliminate. And usually when you play with others, some of them probably searching for others to help them out, which is fair enough. But usually probably, it's going to be even harder to finish the boss, even if you are 3. Depends, of course. Usually if you're a good setup with, for example, a wizard, spellcaster, and one that can really tank the boss, it can be easy. But again, if you're playing with randoms, it will be hard to come across a nice setup of people who actually know what they are doing, and actually a nice composition where it can be very easy. But it is possible. If you want to do it, you can. But for me, again, this is something personal. I wanted to make sure that I finish the game from start to finish on my own first. Then I'm going to open for co-op. But I really wanted to feel that achievement that I actually was able to beat the game by myself with all the challenges. And I'm a casual gamer, so I'm a kind of person who is really upset when I die a second time in Minecraft dungeons. So just keep in mind that for me, getting into this game wasn't an easy task. But of course, it doesn't take long for you to get used to it. And once you do, you discover a whole new world of a gaming experience. Yeah, so this is it. Again, what I use a mimic, which is a replica of yourself. Again, really good for actually position yourself while the boss, the Elden Beast, attacks the mimic. Try to be as much as you can from behind. Try to be more aggressive. Instead of dealing with his range attacks, just deal with the mainly sword. Keep an eye, by the way, use the Blasphemous Blade if you use the same build that I do. To attack a bit from far so we can actually see the moves of him rather than being too close and not actually knowing what he's going to do next. You can rotate the camera, but it's a bit annoying. You need to get used to it or listen to the sounds of the moves. If you're used to it, it's fine. You can go from the belly and you're going to deal more damage there in certain area. But again, if you want to be more safe, try to attack from either the side or from behind. be much safer there. So these are my tips. That's how I beat it. I kind of try to perfect this technique, and nothing is really perfect, but I try to do my best just in order to be able to beat him. And of course, I'm gonna try more, gonna play more, and we're gonna do second playthrough soon. Still there are many things to discover. So good luck beating him. Again, these are my builds: Blasphemous Blade, Mimic, and by the way, I recommend also when it comes to defense, because it deals holy damage, to have armor that protects you against holy damage. That's what I use. There's also some talisman that can help you protect again non-physical damage or holy damage, or together, by the way, as you can see what I use here, and they can help you out really well. I'm going to post, by the way, what I use exactly in the description, so we can check it out and see the names and everything, and you can decide whether you want to use the same thing that I did, or of course go on your own way and choose something else, because of course some of you are using other builds. So this is it for the tips for the fight against the Elden Beast. I see you very soon in the next video. Consider leaving a like and subscribe. See you soon. Cheers.